I'm Heather Dawson, and welcome to RC Spotlight, where we show you all the ways to live, work, and play in our beautiful city. Well, let's talk to Marco Gutierrez. We sent him to Windrose Elementary School to learn all about 3D.
The third grade students at Windrose Elementary School took part in a special educational exercise spearheaded by the city's planning department. Children were taught all the necessary requirements that go into creating a community of lasting value.
We decided that we'd like to get back into the city, with the city programs into the school system, so that we could start talking about city government and local government with the smaller kids to get them involved in planning process earlier. And so what we've done is we have started a program with the Windrose Elementary School where we're working with them to develop a city of their own. And so we came and talked with them about what was involved in building a city, a little bit of history about how the city formed over time, and then we gave them a program of what had to be built in their city. So today they're actually working on a set of plans for each of their independent cities.
The ongoing exercise exposed children to the fundamental importance of future thinking and effective city planning. Guest speakers from the city came to Windrose Elementary School to share real-world experience with the third graders.
It's generally the planning department for the city that has come and started working with the kids. We work with them on Tuesdays and Thursdays afternoon, and we will be coming back to help them build the cities. But we are also bringing other departments like the fire district. We'd like to bring in building and safety, probably our traffic department, to really talk about how all of the departments work together to be a cohesive city unit.
We learned that fire stations are really important in our city and where you should put them and where it's not really needed so much in that area.
It's good to learn about that because if you're in trouble and you didn't even have anybody to help you, then you would be in lots of trouble because then you could probably get hurt really bad and you just have to be like that for the rest of your life.
The children then took their newfound city planning skills and put them to use and created their very own towns.
I think it's a great way for them to learn about something that maybe would get skipped normally in school or there wouldn't be time for, especially because it's about their city. It's a little more personal and they have more interest in it. And I think they've definitely been exposed to something that they could have a future job in they normally wouldn't have seen in school. They had already learned a little bit about the history of Etiwanda and Rancho Cucamonga. In our class we talked about a lot of the railroad, the red car, the Pacific Electric Railway, the trail I mean, and we'd done a little bit about just the history, but we hadn't really talked about city planning other than just government. I think they've learned a lot about just the infrastructure and the different parts that maybe they wouldn't normally have thought about, like the fire stations and the streets and the police department and things like that.
The Windrose Elementary School third graders then had the opportunity to present their city plans to the Rancho Cucamonga City Planning Department and receive a special feedback from Mayor Dennis Michael himself.
Or you get to show us how you built your towns because maybe I can learn something from you. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. If we did something in the city that was a result of what you did here.
With outreach like this, the city has really been able to encourage students to consider the things in the city that enrich people's lives.
Our main purpose is to have kids understand what's involved in their community earlier so that they understand how a city is planned, but as well as when things are developed, why they're developed and where they're developed at, so that they have a better association about the community they live in. This is our first time doing the program and we'd like to go ahead and package it and present it to the other schools so that we can also work with the other schools to bring this program to them as well.
Reporting for RC Spotlight, I'm Marco Gutierrez.
Rancho Cucamonga is known for its hospitality. Let's find out why.
The hospitality industry in Rancho Cucamonga is thriving, and this sustained growth has led Rancho Cucamonga to be a chosen destination for both tourists and business travelers.
Over the last 5 years, Rancho has seen a significant growth in the hospitality industry. Average daily rates have been strong. Occupancy rates have also been steady and strong over the last few years. We currently have 2 hotels that have begun construction in the city, and we're seeing 3 other proposals coming from 3 other developers in the community. One of the reasons we've seen the hospitality industry grow in Rancho Cucamonga has been the Inland Empire's growth in business. That has really driven the hospitality industry in the Inland Empire, but specifically in Rancho Cucamonga. Our hotels generally tend to drive the business client to the community, but we've also seen weekend folks visit the city and use hotels. But it's really the business industry that has grown in our community that has really driven the hospitality industry in Rancho Cucamonga.
Both the cities of Rancho and Ontario merged together to form one tourism assessment district. Now, what the district consists of is a 2% assessment. It's an assessment, not a tax, that goes to that is passed on from the visitor to the Visitor and Convention Bureau, who then uses those dollars to market and promote Rancho, Cucamonga, and Ontario. And this year, as an example, the district's funding generated about $97 million in economic impact to our hotels and cities. One of the unique things about Rancho, and I always use this in my description, is Rancho has made very good business decisions related to the choices of brands and products that they brought into their city for the visitor. And why is that important? Because a business traveler buys by brand or name recognition. And in Rancho, we have seen a greater percentage of growth than traditionally what the state of California says. This is where everything happens in the county. It all happens on the West End. Let's be honest. It's a very community, family-oriented community environment. So most of what we do involves children or involves families. So example, in the Star Wars Reads project that we did last year, that went from a one-day event to a two-day event as a result of this partnership. Those overnight guest room stays are what drive tourism and hospitality dollars, tax revenues to the city, and create more services for the community.
Rancho Cucamonga is historic and cosmopolitan in character, making it perfect for both leisure and business travel.
About 3 years ago, this hotel during the week was sitting at about 70% occupancy, and it was flat year over year, no growth, no nothing. Same thing on the weekends, it was about 40%, no growth, nothing new coming into the area. All of the stuff that has been brought in and really marketed, and the entire area being marketed the way it is, has increased that full over. We sit for the year at about an 85 to 90% occupancy, and we've seen just tremendous growth during the week. Monday through Friday, we sit pretty much sold out 100% to 92%, and then on the weekends, we've seen it grow from 40% all the way up to about a 72%. We do find that the Rancho Cucamonga hotels are the rate leaders as well as the occupancy leaders in the area. We have about 6 hotels. They're all average about your 3.5 star hotels. They're all limited service hotels, but they are all newly renovated, all just beautiful, gorgeous hotels that accommodate many different styles of guests.
The Rancho Cucamonga job force also benefits from the permanent hospitality jobs in the region.
All of our employees live within a 5-mile radius, or about 90% of them live within a 5-mile radius of the property, which is great for them because they have a local place that they can come to work. And as well, everything that's going on in this area, they've got a shopping mall that they can go buy everything that they need. On top of that, there's grocery stores, there's restaurants, everything that they need right here within a good 5-mile radius.
Reporting for RC Spotlight, I'm Marco Gutierrez.
Now let's check out the new local spot, Cake Among Us.
It turns out that one of the most popular bakeries in the Inland Empire is right here in Rancho Cucamonga. In fact, the website BuzzFeed.com declares that Cake Among Us Bakery and Donut Shop on Haven Avenue has the very best donuts in all of California. Rare praise indeed. Cake Among Us was started by Rancho Cucamonga residents Scott and Vicki McCasson back in October of 2015. For the McCassons, baking is in their blood. Scott's father and uncles were bakers, and he's worked in the corporate baking industry for years, while Vicki is a professional cake decorator by trade. That experience and hard work has paid off. Since their opening, the word about their delicious baked goods has spread, and business is booming.
I didn't know the community feeling and the support that we would get from this community. We've been overwhelmed and can never be grateful enough for the people that have come and supported us and continue to do so.
And it's easy to see why they've gotten so much community support. Cake Among Us features a wide selection of scrumptious pastries, cannolis, breakfast croissants, and cookies, among many other things, including incredible donuts.
We do a big variety of donuts with yeast-raised cake donuts, several different kind of cake donuts. We do vegan cake donuts. We do croissants, ham and cheese croissants, breakfast croissants, if you will, a variety of cookies.
Among those supporting Cake Among Us are regular customers John and Sally Hatfield, who find the bakery a nice place to hang out.
We enjoy the pastries here. We're just having something new today. It's a scone. We're sharing it because we already had breakfast.
But as the name implies, Cake Among Us is a true all-around bakery that features all types of cakes as well as custom cakes decorated by Vicki McCaslin herself.
We do from smash cakes. We do cakes for, of course, bridal showers, baby showers, any sort of special occasions, wedding cakes. Have a wide variety. We can do white, marble, red velvet, carrot, banana cake. There's a wide variety, and we have several different fillings that we can put in there. And we have a great crew that does custom cakes that are beautiful cakes that would match most anything you see out there.
The success of Cake Among Us has been a combination of great products and hard work, with Scott and his wife often putting in 18 hours a day. But Scott says one of the easiest parts of getting the bakery up and running was working with the city of Rancho Cucamonga.
Going through the process of making sure all the codes were correct, seemingly painless. They were very accommodating, good to work with, and we'll look forward to hopefully building other units possibly in the future.
That's right, Scott and Vicki are eyeing the possibility of opening another location. But for now, they're focusing on continuing to produce some of the best baked goods you'll find anywhere and making Cakes Among Us a fun place to visit.
We usually like to come in and get a cup of coffee if nothing else, and usually talk with the customers, and it's just a fun place to come into and visit.
And for Scott and Vicki, seeing happy customers enjoying their products makes all the hard work worthwhile.
Joy that we get to watch other people enjoy the product that we have, that we make, and to come back and get the accolades from the customers and referrals that helps to know that we're maybe making someone's day happy a little bit,
If you'd like to visit Cakes Among Us, you'll find them at 7890 Haven Avenue, Suite 11. Look for the big blue sign. You can call them at 909-980-1819 or check out their website at cakesamongus.com. I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
Now let's head to the Haven City Gourmet Market.
A new shopping and dining experience is coming to a familiar location in Rancho Cucamonga. The Haven City Market is an 85,000 square foot restaurant complex and gourmet market planned for a building at Haven Avenue and Arrow Route that was previously occupied by a JCPenney furniture outlet.
Haven City Market is going to be a gourmet food hall housing about 25 to 28 restaurant concepts as well as a marketplace. Also within the project is going to be a 20,000 square foot outdoor park and garden area.
The concept for the Haven City Market calls for a diverse dining experience and a dynamic social atmosphere with multiple restaurants in a cool, casual setting. This concept is similar to gourmet food halls found in other cities in Southern California, including the Anaheim Packing House, which has been described as a culinary walkabout.
Rancho Cucamonga doesn't have, and the Inland Empire in general, doesn't have a gourmet food hall, a destination, and not just another collection of restaurants, but literally a destination where you can come bring your friends, you can go on date night, you can bring your whole family, and you can do all of that at one place.
The Haven City Market promises to bring locals and visitors a very unique experience. And while the lineup of restaurants hasn't been announced yet, it does aim to be an eclectic mix of dining options.
So anything from sushi to a speakeasy, to a gastropub, to poke, to flavors of the Middle East, to a rice pudding bar. It's going to be a really amazing eclectic mix of all types of concepts that you don't really normally see in your standard, plazas or strip malls.
The future site of the Haven City Market has been empty since 2014, but this new development is an example of the City of Rancho Cucamonga's innovation in repurposing older buildings.
Putting this type of use with a large amount of food options in an area that's not being utilized right now, I think that's going to provide a lot of options for the businesses in the area, for the residences along Haven, in the apartments and single-family homes west of Haven.
In addition, the Haven City Market promises to have a positive economic impact on the city.
The city is excited about this project because of the added jobs that will be created by this, with potential space for 35 businesses in addition to a grocery store that'll add a lot of jobs to the immediate area, help with the quality of life for the residents and future business owners.
Rancho Cucamonga prides itself as being business friendly, and the developers of Haven City Market say they've gotten a great deal of help from city staff.
The city got heavily involved in terms of helping us with everything from getting permitting to helping us with our potential tenants that have questions to get their permitting and whatnot to start building out their spaces within the project. So they've been actually a huge help.
As for now, most of the changes and upgrades at the site are being made to the inside of the building, with plans being made for a full makeover to the outside as well.
The decor is actually what I'm very excited about. It's going to be more of like a vintage industrial feel. So some beautiful brick, nice steel, very unique steel, and that'll be incorporated on the outside as well as throughout the whole interior of the building.
In addition, there will be a 20,000 square foot outside garden and patio area that will host concerts and entertainment. The idea is to make the Haven City Market more than a place to eat, but a destination for fun and hanging out.
It's definitely going to be just not an experience of dining, but also, community gathering in terms of a place to go to hang out for a couple of hours and just to enjoy, Haven City Market. It's within itself a little mecca for foodies.
And for foodies and all Rancho Cucamonga residents, it won't be long before you'll be able to experience this unique dining concept. The developers of Haven City Market hope to open in the fall of this year. I'm David Wiley for RC Spotlight.
The Combine Kitchen is a new and unique environment where coffee and food come together seamlessly.
First, it started off as just a simple coffee shop. We were just thinking about just having the front end. This used to be two different spaces, so we were thinking about having the front end, and then the founder, Mike, he thought of, well, let's expound it and bring food into the equation since my sister's a chef. And so basically he brought her over here. She was living in Australia at the time, and they just started collaborating. And as high creatives as they are, they just started becoming to build concepts, build interior, like what would it look like? What would I like to bring to the city of Rancho? And I think they were highly influenced by really abstract architectural designs. And then she was influenced, as far as the food is concerned, by some of her favorite street foods from around the world in her travels. Things that we have is a banh mi, and so that is a Vietnamese style dish that is extremely popular more westbound. When you get to LA, there's a lot more places where you can get banh mi. We also have a fried chicken sandwich, and so, which, it started off as a special for us, and then it became kind of a staple. People want the fried chicken sandwich. It's humongous, it's like this big, and then we have something called the Yolkenshrooms, which is basically a mushroom and toast dish with fontina cheese and a poached egg. And what's amazing about that is not many people around here, what we've discovered, know what a poached egg is. And it was so odd to me because I've always grown up on the East Coast or Midwest, and poached egg is something that's actually fairly normal. But people that come in here are just like, hey, what's a poached egg? Like, what is that? I don't know what that is. And that's one of our most popular dishes, which was actually featured in Westway's magazine about a month ago, which is a AAA magazine. So it was huge. It was like a 2-page spread of our Yolkenshrooms.
The Combine Kitchen provides great food and great coffee, making their goal to share more than the standard coffee blends you'll find at the big franchise coffee houses.
before we started with coffee, because we didn't have the kitchen the first couple months of us being open. So it's important to know that the kitchen was something that was still developing, that we still weren't sure if we were going to pursue, but that we gave ourselves the space to pursue it if we'd like to. And so in the beginning, we focused on coffee, we focused on specialty coffee, and people always say like, oh, what's the difference between specialty coffee and, you know, something I get at Starbucks? And so in the beginning when we started, it was a primary focus of ours just to be really upfront about where we got the coffee from. Why did we choose this coffee? You know, what's the story behind this coffee? We only go with roasters that have direct connections with the farmers and the families that actually get the beans and mail it to them. That actually invest in their time in going to the farms, going to the countries, choosing what they like.
The Combine Kitchen offers a space with a strong sense of community.
So we're going to have yoga out there Saturday mornings. We're going to have volunteer instructors come and just kind of hang out with us in the morning. So that's something that we have. We definitely have open mics, as you mentioned, which has become a huge place of influence for us. And what I mean by place of influence was they're having a lot of influence on us. The poetry, the lyricists, the art, the spoken word is just, they're expressing so much, and so it allows us and it gives us the space to kind of like feed off of that and be able to express through the things that we have here. So food, or, you know, community bonding, team nights and stuff like that. When you come into the coffee shop, you'll see a sign on our back wall. Like as soon as you come in, you should be able to kind of like peep over the bar and look, and you'll see a sign that says, "Want better, not more." So the whole "want better, not more" just speaks of we want to provide you with the best and what you feel like is the best. That's our only way of being able to continue to be progressive and how we basically attack our menu and how we choose the items that we get. And also, same thing goes for coffee.
Reporting for RC Spotlight, I'm Marco Gutierrez.
Jen's Korean BBQ has defied the limits of any ordinary Korean cuisine by bringing in flavors from all around the world to create a unique, boundless menu. They specialize in everything from meat to seafood and vegetables, giving everyone an experience that will give their palate a new perception for taste. We sat down with the restaurant's operations manager to discuss some of the entrees that the customers just can't seem to get enough of.
I would say that every customer has their own preference. We have over 30 meats to choose from, so they usually start with the brisket because it's easy to cook and it tastes really well, so they can munch on that while they're choosing whatever else they want to choose. As far as our drinks go, we have like a variety of fountain drinks, and also we have 36 beers and we have wines to choose from and a really good soju-based cocktails.
Not only is the wide selection of dining options incredible, but the atmosphere is nothing like you would ever expect. Bright lights, intriguing artwork, and vibrant colors give the restaurant a more modern feel, appealing to customers of all ages.
I think it's very lively and vibrant. Also, we made it so that the environment is great for any kind of occasion. It's perfect for that. You can come here for graduations, for birthdays, for anniversaries even, or just to come here to eat with your friends and family. I'd say Jen Korean BBQ is really for anyone. It's perfect for families and friends, and for all diversity of people.
It's really awesome. I love it here.
And I think it's really great. Service is good, and the place is really nice.
Yeah, all the food's good, and you keep trying new things every time you come, so you can't really go wrong with that.
All of the food is freshly cut in the bags before it's brought out to the customers for them to cook it just how they like it. Everyone has their favorite specialty, and it's the perfect place for a healthy night out.
I was really excited because I've been in Cerritos and Dawson, and it's really good. I like the premium of the meat, like high quality.
And what's special about our grills actually is that if you see the smaller grills, which are the ones with the smaller lights overheads without the hoods, the smoke goes to the side of it so that it doesn't ever get in your face. It doesn't make you smell as much as other Korean barbecues.
Customer service is vital to Jen's Korean BBQ. Their servers make sure to recommend various dishes that combined will give the customer a flavor-filled experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, our servers actually go the extra mile with customer service, and they cook it for you, they cut your meat for you, just whatever you need. We have shrimp that they actually sit there and peel for you with their gloves on and all that. So to reach us on social media, you can go on our Yelp page. We have our social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
More information on Jen's Korean BBQ can also be found on their website. Thanks for watching. I'm Madison Perry with RC Spotlight.
Since opening their first gym in 1998 and the growing popularity in the sport of rock climbing, Hangar 18 Indoor Climbing Gym has opened its second newest location in Rancho, Cucamonga.
We've grown exponentially in the past 18 years that we've been open. We got a great location here, really accessible to everyone who's in the Rancho community. We're right by Victoria Gardens. It's a great place to come, climb, and then go hang out afterwards.
The new massive state-of-the-art facility offers 4,200 square feet of dedicated boulder terrain with problems of all styles and levels of difficulty.
Bouldering is a little bit more like the wind sprints of climbing. When you're on the top rope, it's a little bit longer of a distance and it's a little bit easier technique and strength-wise. Bouldering, you only have about 12 or 15 feet to get off the ground, so it's very strength-oriented and technique-oriented. That being said, we do have climbs in here that are very easy for kids and beginners, all the way up to very, very advanced.
You definitely work out every part of your body, so that's a plus. Also just meeting other people too. I met former alumni from my school and also other people that climb outdoors, so that's really helped me progress.
We see everyone from little kids that come in here and climb a couple times a week in the mornings, all the way up to professional athletes who come in here. We see a lot of pro rock climbers from other gyms in Colorado or from the East Coast come down and hit our gyms when they're in Southern California. And then everyone from your normal day-to-day working people. Because we're in a warehouse district, we see a lot of people who just are working, come over on their lunch break to get a quick workout in.
My job, I'm an arborist, so I climb trees for a living. And a buddy of mine who was a rock climber told me he'd really like it, so I came down and checked it out, fell in love with the sport.
Hangar 18 has all climbing gear and staff to accommodate your next group event, from field trips to church groups, team building, and corporate events.
We do have a great involvement with the community. We're starting to do movie nights here, so all of our members and community members can come in and watch climbing movies after hours here. We project them onto one of the big walls, so you get a big screen feel for it. You can just kind of come and hang out. It's really nice.
Here at Hangar, it's a very close-knit community that's actually very easy to get plugged into and involved with, and you feel like you belong here. Can't say I've ever met a climber that wasn't an amazing person, which is a wonderful thing in this world.
It's such a good community because people will help each other out when they're climbing, and so you just make friends that way. You introduce yourself, and I've probably gotten to become friends with at least 15 different people. We actually created a group called Sticky Bandits Crew, so that's our climbing group that we have.
Hangar 18 is known for its world-class route setting and offers all of the latest and greatest shapes from Climate holds, made in a production facility right next door.
We only use Climate holds here, so we're actually the only gym in the world that uses Climate holds exclusively, which is another local Rancho business. It's one of the biggest hold distributors in the world. Makes climbing holds that we ship everywhere, Canada, Japan, Norway, it goes all over the world. This gym in particular is the only gym in the world that is exclusively Climate holds, and because they are so closely connected, we do get holds that aren't released to the public yet in here. So there's climbing holds here that are only available in the Rancho location at this time.
Hangar 18 offers special discounts off gear and merchandise to its members and has everything you need to get started.
Our normal memberships are $46. We do offer discounts for military, fire, police, students. There's a ton of different discounts available. With the discount, it's $33 a month. There's no initiation fees or contracts of any kind. It just runs month-to-month billing. It's a great deal because you get access to all 8 of the gyms, all the gears included, rental, as well as lessons.
Whether you're a beginner or experienced climber, come on down to Hangar 18 where you'll experience some of the best climbing possible. For more information, check out climbhangar18.com. Reporting for RC Spotlight, I'm Marco Gutierrez.
And that'll do it for this episode of RC Spotlight. If you missed any part of our show, you can go to our website. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.